Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Meshov Avda El Resona Yarut Avda Yemoya Yishachaveh Muhadara Kirano Yediduta Minofetzu Bechol Ta'am Adorna Ezihalna Nafshi Cholat Ahavata Ana Elna Refanala Beharot La Noam Ziva Az Titchazek V'Titrabe V'Haitala Shimchat Olam V'Tihyemu Rachamecha B'chutza Al Ben Ohava Ki Zeh Kama Nichsov Nitzav Lirot B'Tiferet Uza Ana Eli Machmani Hoshana Ve'al Titalam Yigalena Ufros Chaviv Alai Et Sukkot Shelomam Ta'ir Eretz Michvodach Nagila V'nismecha ba Maherahu Hiva Moed V'choneini Ki me'olam Yadadai-dai-dai-dai Yadadai-dai-dai.
You all know these words.
Yadadai-dai-dai-dai Yadadai-dai-dai 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 Yadadai-dai-dai
Beautiful. Page 11, we continue. L'chuna ranana l'Adonai nahariya letzur yishenu nekadma fanav betoda beznirot nahariya loki el gadol Adonai melech gadol kol v'shem Arba'im shana kut bedor valmeram toei levavhem vehem lo yadu derachai asher nishbati ve'api im yavoun el menuchati. Page 13, I want to hear you sing.
Adonai, Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladon
baruchu shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato, sapru bagoyim kevodo bechol ha'amim niflotav, ki gadol Adonai ulam meod, norahu al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohim ha'amim elilim, ha'adonai shamayim asa, od ve'adar lefanav, ozet tiveret b'mikdasho, havul Adonai mishpechot amim, havul Adonai kavod va'oz, havul Adonai kevod shemo, zehu mincha, ol chatzrosai, havul Adonai behadrat kodesh, dilu mipanav kol haaretz, imru v'goyim Adonai malach, al timot tevel v'al timot, yadin amim b'meisharim, yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam u'elos, ya'alos Adai ve'ol asher bo, az yiranenu kol atzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel betzedek, ve'amim be'emunato, yadai, 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 We're going to turn a few pages. Please, again, daven on your own if you would like. We're going to continue on page 21. We will rise as we're able now for Mizmor LeDavid. As new people are coming in, say hello to them.
Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yecholel Hayalot, Vayechesov Ye'arot U'Hechalot Kulo Omer Kavod.
We can be seated. I love how there's that moment when we're looking at each other like, are we going to go again? Are we going to do another round? Are they into it? Are they singing? Can we do it? And twice so far we've done it. That's good. Good job. So we're preparing now to welcome in the Shabbat bride. The doors are already open. They're still open from when we welcomed everyone into the room. We will sing in Lecha Dodi, which is on page 23. We will sing, Come, my beloved, to meet the bride. And this Shabbat bride is a symbol. This Shabbat, welcoming in the Shabbat bride is a symbol for welcoming in Shabbat, for welcoming in the experience of Shabbat. What Shabbat means, the history of Shabbat. There's so many things that symbol of the bride coming into the room could represent for each of us and could represent for our community. And so I want to ask, while we're welcoming in symbols, which we are, there's no actual bride coming in, what are your symbols for Shabbat? If you were going to think, this is going to sound informal, if you were going to pick an emoji for Shabbat, right? What is your symbol for Shabbat? You could design your own symbol for what Shabbat is, an image or a metaphor. What is Shabbat for you if you had to pick a symbol? Could be other than the bride. How about? We've already talked about a bride. Challah. Symbol for Shabbat, challah. I think is there a challah emoji? Okay, we got to work on it. Jay. 2 candlesticks. Okay, so we have two items that many people include in their Shabbat dinner table. Candles. Malka, so a Shabbat queen. The queen. We have a bride, we have a kala, and we have a queen. Beautiful. Thank you, Marta. Any other symbols?
Escaping from work.
Escaping from work. So, like, you would have an emoji of work and then, like, a big X through it or something?
Just, getting out in time before your boss can find you.
Getting out for Shabbat. So, finding a way to rest, whatever that means for you in your life.
I was thinking of a napping person.
A napping person. So, a person laying down. A smiley face with the Z's over it. I love it. Noah, did you have one? I can't remember. Did you have one? Books. Noah likes reading on Shabbat. So she was telling me about how maybe a book might be her symbol for Shabbat.
Marcia?
Yeah, Marcia. Thank you. So you have a short video as your symbol. I like that. What is that image? It could be a bride coming in, but it's whatever whatever you need it to be to mark that this time is different and this gathering together is different. Any other symbols? We're going to talk a little bit about symbols in a little bit later, very briefly, when I teach. But I wanted to get us thinking about symbols. Yeah. Mishpacha, family. An image of family. Yeah. A family around the table. Well, at the same moment, you both had the same image from both with stereo family imagery happening in the room. I love that. Okay, well, keep thinking. Another one, last one.
In my house, it's a cat eating challah.
A cat eating challah. We're combining. I think the two of you might also have that. Mitchell has a cat on his siddur and challah on his siddur. I love that. And Sarah has fur on her. I don't want the live stream. You won't get everything, but I'm trying to include you in as much as possible.
That's when you're baking the challah, you throw some to the cat, right?
As soon as I bring it out, there's the cat.
Aw, the cat who loves Shabbat challah. So let's welcome in our symbols of Shabbat together. We're going to be singing together starting on page 23.
One, two, three, four.
Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah.
Wait, stop. Too slow. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Two. One, two, three, four.
Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmiyanu el hamichad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Hashemot tiferet ve'litzilah. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mekor habracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof ma'aseh v'machshavat tchilah. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Mikdash melech ir melucha. Umitzei mitoch ha'afecha. Ralav shevet ne'emet hamacha. Ve'hu yachamol alayim lemah. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Hinari me'afar kumi. Litchi b'dei tifartem hamim. Al yad ben Yishai beit malachim. Kora el nafshi ge'ala. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Hitori, giva ha'orech umi ori, shir daberi kevod Adonai alayim tchilah. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Lo tevoshi ve'lo tikhalni. Ma tishtochavi u'ma tehemi. Ba'ach yechesu ani eyami. Venibneta irati la. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, 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 tenei Shabbat. Ay, 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 nekavela. Page 25. V'hayulim shisa shosayim. V'rachakul v'malayim. Yasis alayim Elohayim. Kimsotan ha'akalah. Ay, 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 lecha dodi. Ay, 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 likrat challah. Ay, ay, ארצי ונשמחה והנגילה, איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, איי 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 נקבלה, בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 בני שבת, איי 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 נקבלה, איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 בני שבת, איי 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 נקבלה.
We can be seated. Starting on page 27. מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני, לזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך במות. עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולה תבוא. Now we will continue with the Mourner's Kaddish on page 30. If you're in mourning or observing a yard site, please join me. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי תכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן.
אמן.
יהי שמי רבה וברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. We can all be seated. So we will pause now in between Kabbalat Shabbat and just before Mari for just a few minutes of Torah study together. So earlier we shared symbols for Shabbat. And Shabbat is, of course, itself a symbol. Shabbat is a symbol. We have symbols for Shabbat, and Shabbat is a symbol for other values in our tradition. Shabbat is called in the Torah Ot Hi Le'olam, a sign forever, Le'olam, between us and God in the context of the Torah. And we'll sing these verses from Vishamru a bit later in the service. We sing Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, between me, this is God speaking, between the people Israel and me, ot hi le'olam. Shabbat will forever be a sign. And then ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, for in 6 days God made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God rested, stopped working and rested. So this symbol, Shabbat is a symbol of some of that relationship that's described. The idea that God worked and rested, and we who are created in the image of God, we will also work and we will also rest. Shabbat is also a sign, a symbol, an oath in Hebrew, of God's love and commitment to us, making us who we are, and making us who we are also in how we act and in how we observe Shabbat. So Shabbat itself is itself a symbol, and it is not capturable in one symbol, as we saw. There were so many different symbols. Thinking of other symbols like Shabbat, and ones that can be captured more easily in one. Of course, thinking of another oath, another symbol, we have the rainbow, maybe the most memorable symbol of a relationship. And we have two other symbols, signs, in this week's Parsha. So where we are in the story, we're in the final hours in Egypt, the last 3 plagues, up to the 10th, the night, the dark night, when the firstborn Egyptians were killed. Here we find the beginnings of the first Seder, the beginnings of that story, which I won't go into details. But think of the sign, think of the oath of the blood on the doorpost. That was a sign that made sure we were safe, made sure the Israelites were safe on that last night in Egypt. God says, I will see the blood, the sign, and I will pass over you. And this passing over becomes memorialized through the Passover festival each year. We remember this exodus from Egypt when we think of the sign on our doorpost of the blood in this story. Our Torah also teaches that the story of Passover should be a sign upon your hand. V'haya lecha ot al yadcha, and a memorial between your eyes. So on your hand and between your eyes, what does that remind you of? Tefillin. So in the context of Passover and the Exodus, we are commanded to remember through on your hand, between your eyes, and those verses are not only the sources for the obligation to wrap the leather straps with the little black boxes, the tefillin, but also are the verses that are on a scroll in the boxes of tefillin. I'll show you one day if you want to see. And here we are. So we wrap tefillin every day traditionally. But we get back to Shabbat because the one day of the week we do not wrap tefillin is Shabbat. So we have the sign of the tefillin every day except Shabbat. So why don't we need it for Shabbat? Shabbat is an oath. Shabbat is itself its own sign. So the other days of the week, we have the sign on our arms and between our eyes. And on Shabbat, tonight, we don't need the sign from the scrolls in the black boxes or the straps. We don't need the sign on our doorposts like the story of Passover. We can wrap ourselves in Shabbat tonight. And we can wrap ourselves in God's love, in love for each other, in love for community. So I hope that we can find those signs and make those signs meaningful. And that's what we're doing now. So next we will hear the call to prayer, the Baruch, and we'll start the Mariv service. We're on page 39a. We rise if we're able.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Baruch Adonai.
You can be seated.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamidim lo chaleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'aravi.
Amen. Page 40. Ahavat Olam.
Avat olam beit Yisrael amcha Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shofeinu u'b'chumeinu nasiach b'chukecha B'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed Ki הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה ואהבת קהל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל
Amen. 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך
לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה ליאנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני God Yisrael.
Amen. So we're going to turn to page 45 for this blessing for peace and protection before sleep, Hashkivenu, which we are finishing a week where we could use some extra blessings of peace in the world. We will sing through together, and then we're going to try something at the end. We're going to try a round. So we'll start with the melody together, then we're going to do a second part, then we're going to go back to the first two lines, and we're going to try to have, let's say, this side of the room join me, and that side of the room join Rebecca, and we'll see how a round goes. Why not try? We'll see. Okay, Hashkivenu, page 45.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzeisenu uvoreinu lechaim v'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu leshalom v'hamidenu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Hashkivenu leshalom v'hamidenu leshalom v'hamidenu lechaim.
Beautiful job. That was very advanced. We'll continue with Vishamru, page 46. And this is the verse with the Oti Leolam.
Please rise.
Rise, if we're able.
That's fine. No, it's fine. We'll do it. Figuring out the key here. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam yidai beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash.
So we'll continue with Chatzi Kaddish, bottom of 46, and we'll go straight into the silent Amidah on the next page.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael B'gala uv'izman kari ve'imeru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach Le'alam olam me'al maya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimeru amen.
Continue individually.
Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Continue on page 53. We'll keep standing if we're able.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Agadol Agibor me'Anora El Elyon, Koneh shamayim va'aretz, Magen Avot bidvaro, Mechaye metim b'mamaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kamohu, Hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navod ve'yirav afachad, Venodeh lishmo bechol yom tamid, Me'on habrachot. El hahodaot Adon hashalom, Mekadesh hashabbat umvarech shevi, Umeniach bidusha le'amedu shnei yoneg, Zecher lemase v'reishit. Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Retzevim Nuchatenu Kahadshenu Mitzvotecha V'tein Chelkeinu B'Toratecha Sabeinu Mituvecha V'samachenu Mishuatecha V'taher Libeinu Le'ovdecha V'yemet V'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu B'yava Uvratzon Shabbat Kodshecha V'yanuchu Va Yisrael Mekadshei Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechonu v'yamechonu v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'galau izman kari ve'yimru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'alam ulal me'almaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dekudesha brichu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata damiran me'alma ve'yimru, Amen. Titkabel tzlotonu v'autonu chol Yisrael, kodama v'honim ishmaya ve'yimru, Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimru, Amen. Oseh shalom bihimrom avhu, yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimru. Amen.
Okay, so we're going to say Kiddush together, page 55, and I want to invite one of our B'nai Mitzvah from tomorrow, Mo Amgat, to help us lead. So before your Bar Mitzvah, you get to lead Kiddush for us. Okay, here are the words. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu
Zikaron lemahaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikraei kodesh, zecher litziat mitzrayim, ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadosh Hashabbat.
Amen.
Take a sip.
Yasher koach.
Good
Mazel
job.
tov.
Mazel tov. So huge mazel tov in advance. Tomorrow we're celebrating Mo. We're also celebrating Jocelyn, whose family is here for her bat mitzvah. We're so proud of both of you. Good job. You can sit down.
And we'll continue with Aleinu on page 56. Sorry. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latei gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטש שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד, על כן נקבל לך ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You can be seated for a moment. We remember this week the following yartzites, and we hope that Zichronam Livracha, that their memories will always be a blessing. Emmanuel Guller, Harleen Cohen, Sheldon Kielson, Ruth Silver, Yaakov Ben Aaron, Max Cohen, Fred Wren, Rita Leonard, William Baker, Sheldon London, Evelyn Lerner Kaplan, Irving Schultz, Melvin Bayer, David Glick, Claire Rosenbaum, Leontine Fuchs, Emmanuel Glickman, Susan Glickman, Samuel Bonus, Elizabeth Mankowski, Beatrice Katz, Lillian Gold, and Merrick Hauer. And we extend condolences for more recent losses, just in the last week or so, to Sharon Kedar and Greg Magid on the death of Sharon's grandfather, Noah Reutman, great-grandfather of Ariel, Andrew, and Audrey Magid. And we also extend condolences to Ross and Joy Demain on the death of Ross's father, Chris Demain, grandfather of Lily, Logan, and Shane. And to Catherine Smith and Robert Kaufman on the death of Catherine's mother, Suzanne Zalesnik, grandmother of Sam and Eliza. And in the last few weeks, those whose mourners are still in the Shloshim period, we remember Norman Shulman, Claire Beal, Philip Stallman, Paul Berger, Maxine Stromberg, and Walter Korn. Zichronam Livracha. And now I want to invite anyone here who's in mourning or observing a yartzeit to join me in the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chaye techol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru Amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah v'varach le'olam u'le'omei almaya yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal Shmei dekudasha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You can be seated. So a few words of announcement, and really the biggest, most important announcement is gratitude to all of you for joining us, to all of this amazing team up here. I'm so grateful to Rebecca, to Josh, to Kristen. So happy that Noah and Ave are able to add in their own musical talents, and we're so proud of you and happy that you join us and make time. And can you imagine teenagers making time to do this? I'm so grateful. Thank you all so much. Please come the next time we have this service. The next one is going to be in 4 weeks, February 24th, which will also be Abe's bar mitzvah week, Shabbat. So he will be playing piano. Maybe we'll see if we can convince him, but we're definitely going to be celebrating. He's going to be here, and we're going to be celebrating his bar mitzvah the next Shabbat morning, so February 24th. And that Shabbat is also a Shabbat when we're going to have a new service starting Shabbat morning, where there'll be study and music. And if you'd like to hear more about that, ask Marsha Liss. So I want to also plug that. Big mazel tov, as I said, to our B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow. Also, there was a request the last time that we have cookies, and we disappointed. This time, plenty of cookies in Zayler. So we go, if you want, either go home for Shabbat dinner or go get cookies in Zayler.
Or have a pre-dinner snack of cookies.
Or both, right? It's and or. You could have both.
The doctor recommended, exactly.
Absolutely have both.
Doctor recommends both of them.
Rebecca said to have more sugar. That's what I heard.
You came to shul, have some cookies.
So thank you all so much, and thank you to everyone up here, especially. We're going to close with Yigdal. If you are a young person, even if you don't know the words, because they're hard words, just come up and give us your energy. If you feel like it, any of the young people, come up and sing Yigdal with us. Page 62.
We're not defining young either.
Yeah, you could come up at any age and sing Yigdal. It looks like some of them are raring to go. Come on up. We're going to sing Yigdal. Page 62.
And if you want to look at the words, you can come stand behind us if you want, with us. Right.
Nice.
So yes.
You can, yeah. That's great.
Okay.
You can do Yedid. Can you do Yedid for Yigdal? Yedid? Okay. Sure. Let's do Yedid.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא בעיני אל מציאותו, אחד אין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו, ואינו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו, קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, אדון עולם בכל נוצר, יורא גדולתו ומלכותו, נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותקוותו, לא קם לישראל כמושעו, נביא ומביא את אמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לימואל, על יד נביא מתים יחייהם ברוך חסדו, ברוך הדעת שתהילתו.
Shabbat shalom.